Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are starting with our first practical, which is on set theory. Under this set theory, we will be covering inclusion-exclusion principle practical today. All right. So here is our first question. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first make you all understand the question. Then I'm going to explain you all the code, and I will show you all the output of the code. So let us read the question and understand the question, what it is asking us, and accordingly, we will work on our code. Write a SCILAB code to find number of mathematics students taking at least one of the three languages, French, German, or Russian. Considering the following data, use inclusion-exclusion principle. And here are the data which is given in the table. The number of students who are taking French are 65, German 45, Russian 42, French and German 20 students have taken, 15 students have taken German and Russian, 25 students have taken Russian and French, and 8 students have taken French and German and Russian. So what it is asking, let us understand that first. It is asking us to find number of mathematics students taking at least. At least means what? It can be one or more than one. So we want those students who have taken either French or German or Russian. There can be a student who have taken two languages or all the three languages. That's fine. But they have taken at least one, so they will be included in our answer. Okay. So we want those students who have taken at least one of the languages, either French or German or Russian. So you can understand by this only that what we have to find out exactly. All right. So let us understand, let us recall the formula of principle of inclusion-exclusion first, and then we will see what we have to find out. Okay. So we know that if we want to find out number of elements in A union B union C, all right. What it means? The number of elements which are either part of A or part of B or part of C. All right. And if there are some elements which are present in A and B, or A and C, or B and C, or present in all the sets, they will also be counted in this set, but they will be counted only once. All right. So the formula for this is number of elements in A plus number of elements in B plus number of elements in C minus number of elements in A intersection B minus number of elements in A intersection C minus number of elements in B intersection C plus number of elements in A intersection B intersection C. So this is the formula of your principle of inclusion-exclusion for finding number of elements present in A union B union C. Now, why did I take this formula over here? Because we are asked to find out the students who are taking at least one of the three languages. So at least means what? The students either have taken French or German or Russian. Okay. So or what indicates we have to find out the union. So we have to find what? We have to find number of students who have taken either French or means union, German or Russian. So this is what we have to find. So obviously now you have an idea what we are going to use. We are going to use this formula to find out the number of students who have taken either French or German or Russian, or you can also say in other words, at least one of the three languages, French or German or Russian. Let us see what all things are we given. Are we given number of students who have taken French? Yes. How many students have taken French? 65. Are we given number of students who have taken German? Yes. How many students are there? 45. And 42 students have taken Russian. And also we are given intersection of these two sets also, and all the three sets also. Okay, so that means all the data are given to us. We just have to apply this formula and we have to get the answer. All right. So what we have to do, we have to type a code in such a manner that we define the variable, we store these data in those variables, and we use this formula. Obviously, SCILAB, to calculate the answer of a required question, we have to explain what is inclusion-exclusion principle to SCILAB, because SCILAB is not aware of what is principle of inclusion-exclusion. So we are going to explain what is inclusion exclusion formula, and what all things are required to put it in the formula. All right. So what we're going to do, so we need to define this data. Okay. So for French, I'm going to take variable as F. For German, I'm going to take variable as G. For Russian, I'm going to take variable as R. Okay, you can take other letters also, but F, G, R would be better for us to understand, what these variables stands for. All right. So let us see the code. So see, here is the code. So if you see the code, first line, where is the first line? Here is the first line, which is DISP. We all of us know that what does DISP do? DISP print the output. Okay, display the output. Okay, so what it is going to display, since whatever we write within double quote, that it displays. So what we have written in double quotes, to find number of mathematics students taking at least one of the languages, French or German or Russian. So that as it is will be printed on your console window when you will execute this code. So this is about the first line. In theory also, when we solve any particular problems, first we write what is to find, then what all things are given to us, then what is the formula, and then we put all the values in the formula. Okay, in a similar manner we are writing this code also. So first line where we have mentioned what to find. Now in second line onwards, we are going to give us the data to the SCILAB. Okay. So as I said, I have taken F for French, G for German, R for Russian, and these are data which was there already in the table. We have not taken, of our own choice. These were the data given in the table. So that only you have to put it over here. So 65 students have taken French, 45 students have taken German, 42 students have taken Russian. Now you will see in front of these are some statements which is written after this two forward slash line. Now what does it mean? It stands for comment. It stands for comment. Now what is comment? Comment line is for us to understand what that variable stands for. That is not going to be read by the software. Okay, so whatever you will write after this two line, that is not read by the SCILAB software. That is for our understanding. That is for us. Okay, it is not in the SCILAB only. If you study any other this thing also languages, in that also you will find out that this stands for comment line, which is not read by any of the software. That is for our understanding. So this F, why have I defined F? F stands for number of students studying French. G stands for number of students studying German. R stands for number of students studying Russian. So this is for our understanding. Now for French and German. So there are some students who have taken French and German both. Okay. So for that I have taken variable F and G. Okay. Now remember there is no space between F and G. Do not put space, because space is not allowed when you define a variable. All right. So if you write like this F and G, it will give you an error. All right, because then it will take this as some other thing only. It will not take it as a variable. So whenever you're defining a variable, so do not put space in between. Okay, this is just a variable F and G, which is for our understanding, which is for our benefit only, for our convenience only, to understand, this variable stands for French and German. You can take some other letters also, but then you should remember what is that letter stands for. But to avoid that confusion, I have taken F and G, which stands for number of students studying French and German. For French and Russian, I am going to take F and R. But remember, if you are taking F and G as a variable, so whenever you will require this value, you have to call F and G only. Do not write G and F. Now you will say, G and F is same. Yes, though they are same, that we know. System doesn't understand, because system, what we have made him understand that it is F and G, French and German. So that way only you have to call. Okay. So if you are defining F and G, then at the time of when you will use this form in a formula, you have to call F and G. Do not write G and F, otherwise you will get an undefined variable error. Then for French and Russian, I've taken F and R. Again, I will repeat over here. f and r is a name of a variable. So at the time of using this value, you're gonna call f and r only. Then for German and Russian, I have taken variable as g and r. And for French and German and R, I have taken variable F and G and R. There is no space between them. Okay. So F and G and R stands for number of students studying French, German, and Russian. Now, what is this next? So first line stands for what is to find. The remaining line stands for what all data we were given. Now, this line, what it is going to display, again, it is written within double quotes. So as it is going to print your content. What it is going to print? By inclusion-exclusion principle. So remember, this was the first display. This is the second. So you should know okay, what all things will be printed on your console window. None of this will be printed on your console window. This is just we have defined. We have not given command to display these values of the variable. Okay, so this will be read by the system, but it will not display on the console window because you have just defined the variable. You have not given the command to display the value of these variables. So nothing will be displayed on the console window. Only these two, wherever you have mentioned DISP, only those lines will be printed. Now, what is this next line? Since from the question we understood that we have to find F union G union R. So for that I have taken variable F or G or R. Again, there is no space between them because union stands for word or. So please understand, do not put space between them, otherwise you are going to get an error. What was the formula? F plus G plus R minus F and G. So since F and G, I have defined variable F and G over here. So that only I'm going to write it over here. I'm not going to write G and F, or I'm not going to write small f and small g. That then also you're going to get an error because above you have defined capital F and capital G. So when you will write in the formula, then also you have to write capital F and capital G. Okay. Then I have taken F and R. Here also I will write F and R. Then I have taken G and R. Here also I will write G and R plus F and G and R. So this is by the principle of inclusion-exclusion formula. And this values I have stored in a variable F or G or R. Now the system will calculate the value also of F or G or R by using this formula. But unless you give this last line, that the output will not be displayed on the console window. So you have to display the value of this variable. So by you have to give command DISP. Since I want the value of this variable, so that I'll be writing over here, because whatever you write within double quotes, that's as it is gets printed. But to display the value of the variable, you have to write without double quotes. So here I have written F or G or R, that is without double quotes, that value will get displayed. So this was very easy practical. All of us know that what is the inclusion-exclusion principle. So what we have done over here, we have just defined the variables. We have stored the data as per the question given to us, and we use the formula. All right. Let us see the execution part of it. So this is my console window. All of us know that where we type the code. All right, so in the top left corner, this pencil icon, on that you will click, and then sign notes gets open. So just open the sign note. So this is my sign note. So you can see over here, I haven't mentioned the comment line here because that is for our understanding. That's not going to read by the system. So there's no use of writing those comment lines. So please, whenever you're having examination or something like that, or when you're typing the code in the SCILAB software, do not write those comment line. You can write anyways. It will not show you any error, but it will just extend your typing time. So please to avoid that. Okay, so as it is, I have copy pasted the code. Now I will be executing it. You all of us know that where we have to go after typing the code. This 3 play button are there at the top. I'm going to click on the second play button, which is asking us to save and execute. So once you click on this, it will ask you where you want to save your file. There you can go and save it, and whatever name you want to put it for your code, that name you can save. Now after save and execute, you will get the output on the console window. So you can see over here. So as you all know, the first line was this, to find number of mathematics students taking at least one of the languages. The second line was by inclusion-exclusion principle. And the third line was the answer. So you can see over here, the number of students studying at least one of the languages, what? 100. So 100 students are taking either French or German or Russian. All right. That's it for the day. Thank you for watching.